All right, well, hey there, YouTube. How you doing today? Robert here once again, and I'm excited about bringing you another fine video to help you break out and break through. Okay, that's what it's about. It's about you achieving your full maximum potential in life, about living a life of freedom, being liberated from debilitating mindsets that are keeping you down, oppression of the enemy. It's time for you to get free. But listen, before we go into today's topic, why don't you do me a favor? Why don't you hit the subscribe button if you're not a subscriber? We love our subscribers. We look at you guys as family. Hit the subscribe button. Of course, give the thumbs up to the video. Put your comments below and definitely share the video. Okay, so let's get into this. Have you ever been in a place where you feel that there's more in you and more about you, but somehow you're coming up against a wall? You kind of want to do something, but you have this internal thing that says, oh, you can't do that. That's because you have a limiting self-belief, or you have self-limiting belief system. Okay, notice I said it's a self-limiting belief system, which again comes from a toxic stronghold or a toxic mindset. Now, where did this stuff come from? Everything comes from somewhere. We're going to talk about that today. Now, growing up in my life, my favorite phrase, I would say, growing up, and this goes back to when I was preteen, teenager, and of course young adult, was I can't. I can't. I can't was my phrase of choice. I can't, get past round one of the spelling bee. I can't read out loud. I can't write legibly. I can't spell certain words. I can't articulate the English language good enough. And then, of course, it goes on and on and on. I can't get a girlfriend. I can't play football. I can't, whatever it may be, just to give you a few examples. And then, of course, you get older, and it's, I can't get a good paying job. I can't. These are self-limiting beliefs, okay? Now, most of the time, we as people, and we certainly here in our coaching lane, as we're coaching people in life and freedom and transformation, is we find out that most people think that they're limited based on things that are outside. And they're looking for things on the outside to change because they're looking and they're saying, well, that's holding me back, whatever it may be. Okay, my background's holding me back, my family's holding me back, my spouse is holding me back, my money's holding me back, my education or lack thereof is holding me back, my personality's holding me back, my race is holding me back. I mean, it's always everything that's out there that's holding me back. But what's really holding you back and what's limiting you is you. Just like it was with me. I was the one that was holding me back. Now, I've learned and I've grown quite a bit over the years into the place where now we can encourage people, we can help people, we can develop people, we can strategize with people, we can certainly coach people through and get them to the place where they can reach their full potential, their maximum potential in life, that they can achieve their dream, their vision, they can understand the purpose of their life. Why? Because we help people eliminate belief systems and toxic strongholds that are negative about themselves. So I've grown and I've learned this, and I want to share it with you guys. I've learned this, is that whatever you believe, you can achieve. I've learned through experience. I've learned by just applying principles that if you believe it, you will achieve it. And I've learned the power of being able to see it and hear and hear. When I point to hear and hear, what am I pointing to? Am I pointing to my brain? Am I pointing to my heart, the pumping organ, the blood? No. I'm talking about my conscious mind and my subconscious. I'm talking about deep inside me. I'm talking about my soul. I'm talking about my mind, my will, my emotions, me, the real me. not the outside skin. Okay, you see me a certain way. I'm talking about the real me. I had to understand that if in there I can believe, nothing's impossible. I mean, isn't that what the Bible says, guys? That all things are possible, what? To him that believes. So if you believe, you can do anything. So you may be sitting there right now saying, this guy's wacko. You're telling me that all of my situation, my conditions, my circumstances, my life, I can change? Yes, you can change. And when you change, it changes. Because it all comes down to, what do you believe? Belief is based on what you see. See not with your eyes, but see with you in your heart. Okay? So what are these self-limiting beliefs? Let's talk about that a little bit today, and we'll break this down, and I'll give it to you in segments so you can kind of take it. Perhaps you're driving to work, or perhaps you have a few minutes to listen to a video. Great, cool. We're going to keep these things kind of short and sweet so you guys can enjoy it. But a self-limiting belief is a belief system that we hold inside of our minds, and we hold on to them very tightly, in so much as that's where we use the word stronghold. It's a fortified way of thinking about whatever it is. In this case, it's a fortified way of thinking about ourselves, the world around us, our circumstance, our situation, whatever it may be. And usually these beliefs, these self-limiting beliefs, are certainly limiting. They're negative, and they hinder us. They bind us. They hold us. They keep us from growing. There's a lot of people, it doesn't matter what their age is, they simply have not grown. They haven't grown emotionally. They haven't grown in their faith. They haven't grown in virtually anything other than on the outside. They've gotten bigger or taller, or whatever it may be. Now, these self-limiting beliefs, where do they come from? Well, they come from many, many years ago, typically from when we were children. Remember, between the age of 0 and approximately 10 to 12 years old, thereabout, we as a child, you as a child, was in essentially observation mode. You were at a place where whatever was done around you, whatever was said to you, the experiences that you had, actions, whatever your family, your culture, your race, events, circumstance, whatever it may be, all of that stuff had impact in your life. You essentially just recorded it all, okay? So these self-limiting beliefs would have came from that period of time, and you've learned them. I mean, you've learned that you can't. You've learned that you must not. You've learned that you don't have a right to. You've learned that you can't have something, or whatever it may be. You've learned these things. Somebody told you that you can't, okay? It's like a baby, right? A baby that's born, babies immediately born, if they went into water, they're going to swim, right? Why? Because it's inherent. They're going to swim. So then why do we have to teach our youngsters, our toddlers, or whatever age, why do we have to teach them to swim? Why? Because we basically put fear in them and said water's bad. So when we see a child even get near water, we say, stay away from that water. That's dangerous. We essentially put fear in that child. So the child believes, I can't swim. I can't do that. So then we have to go back and we say, oh, well, we'll tell you what, we'll fix that. We'll teach you how to swim. Well, what you should have done is just leave the child alone. Now, I'm not saying, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying let your child walk around and, by pools and all that stuff. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is that we have to learn that we cannot do something. That's the point, okay? Now, these self-limiting beliefs are very hard to control and certainly probably harder to eliminate. But we have to do that. We have to eliminate them, and at the very least, we have to control them. If we want our deep desires of our heart to manifest, to materialize, to be realized in this life, if you want to, think of the dreams and visions you have, okay? And think of what if you could do anything, what you would like to do. But then ask yourself the question, why am I not doing it? Well, there's a belief system in you, right? Now, these beliefs, this limiting belief system comes in a lot of different ways, a lot of different forms. For example, like with me, it was, well, I can't do that. I can't speak in crowds. I have social anxiety. I can't do that. And it happened in my life. I mean, there were so many times I look now and I'm like, well, I could have done this, but I had a self-limiting belief. I could have gone to this level in sports, or I could have done this, that, and the other, but I said internally, I can't do it. And when we don't believe it and we say internally, I can't do it, we essentially just avoid it. We walk away. And then we come up with an excuse, because we have to have an excuse because there's so much pain inside of our self-limiting belief. So that's one way that it happens, is we, and when I say we, you believe that you can't. So think about that for a moment. Just pause for a moment. Maybe hit the pause button on the video here. How many times have you said, I can't? How many times have you thought, I can't do that. I can't quit my job and start a business. I can't buy that car. I can't, go on vacation. I can't speak in public. I can't lead a team. How many times have you thought that? That's one way. What about our internal view that I must not do something? Not that I can't do something, but I must not do something. Let's say, for example, enjoying life. There's people that I talk to. I coach hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people. And there are numerous people that feel as though they must not do something. I must not go to the movies. I must not buy that $50 steak. I must not go dancing. Why? I must not enjoy my life. I must not go to the resort and just relax and sit down and listen to music and have my iced tea. And why? Because what will people think of me? Will they think I'm not saved? Will they think that I'm part of the world or whatever? Well, I got a news flash for you. You live in the world. I hope you understand that. I hope you know that. You live in the world. You're not of the world, but because you're born from above. We're talking a spiritual dynamic there. But you live in the world, and there's nothing wrong with you enjoying life. There's certainly nothing wrong with you dancing. But a self-limiting belief would say, I must not do that. This is the danger of growing up in a religious, traditional type home, is it's more about what you can't do than what you can do. Perhaps you may have said, I don't have, therefore I cannot do. Okay, well, what do you mean? Well, what about I don't have an education, so I can't start that business. I don't have enough time to start that business, so therefore I won't start that business. I don't have enough time to work on my dreams. I don't have enough time to go to the health club. I don't have. That's another self-limiting belief. I don't have an education, I think is a big one, at least that I come across with people, is I don't have the training. I don't have the education. Well, can you not go get that? Can't you get the training? And by the way, when we talk about education, and by the way, I'm all for education, I think sometimes we mix up education versus being educated. Okay? I don't really think it's that big of a deal to go out and get an education. I do believe it's a huge deal to be educated. And you don't have to spend $120,000 to become educated. You can simply get taught, be taught, self-teach, learn, pursue, seek after, and you'll get all the things that you need to start your business. That's what I did. So whatever it is that you want to do, start a business, write a book, public speaking, what be influential in whatever area, the arts, sports, doesn't matter. You don't need an education to do that. I believe that's liberating for someone. You can simply just believe. And when you believe, you'll find yourself going down the path of pursuing your dream because you know you can achieve it. And it's going to lead you to the place of educating yourself. Lastly, let me talk to you about this. What about a limiting belief that comes from our perception of other people, or perhaps even our perception or our view of other people's perception of us? For example, I can't do this because people will judge me. I won't fit into the crowd. They won't like me if I do this. You know, we're always so conscientious of what other people think. Will people think I'm a Christian? Will people think I'm a good person? Will people think that I'm educated? Will people think I'm smart? Or will people think? If you're so focused on what other people think, then that is going to be part of your whole self-limiting belief system, because you're not going to feel that you can do it because other people are essentially boxing you in. So we'll leave with this today, that whatever it is that you can believe, you can achieve. So focus in on finding out why it is you believe what you do, and why it is you don't believe in certain areas. Next time we meet, we'll talk about these self-limiting beliefs and the fact that they're actually not true. They're all based on something that is a big lie. Till then, next time, listen, thank you for joining us here today. Again, subscribe, hit the like button, share the video. Really want to build you up and get you to the place that I believe that you need to go. And that is the place of your ultimate destiny and purpose of life. It is an awesome place. I look forward to helping you get there. If you need coaching, check out our coaching. Again, freedom coaching, life coaching, transformation coaching, team coaching, goal coaching. Okay, we have so many different coaching lanes that we're in to help you. Okay, we've been doing it for many years. Maybe you're in a relationship, a narcissistic, Jezebelian type relationship. Hey, you need to go to the website right now. Information's below, and set up your coaching appointment. All right, talk to you soon. Bye-bye now.